Hello students, welcome. So today we want to do the third part of KCSE 2025 Chemistry Productions, Chemistry Paper 3. So question number 3 will be from Organic Qualitative Analysis or Organic Test. Kindly stay with us until the end of the video. So question 3, we are told you are provided with solid H. Carry out the following tests and write your observations and inferences in the spaces provided. So in part A, we are told place half full spatula of solid H, burn it using an luminous flame. So we are having observation and inferences. Check the marks. So let's go through all the questions. You see the marks, then we switch to the answers. We explain from there. So now let's start with question 3, part A. We are told place half spatula of solid H and burn it using an luminous flame. We are expecting only 2 observations. So the first one, we are having solid H melts and burns with a blue film. If we see that, the inference will be alkene and alkyne absent. So you're supposed to write the formula, not the word. So the second expected observation may be solid H melts and burns with a yellow soot flame. So the corresponding inference will be alkenes and alkynes are present. So these are the 2 possible expected observations or possible observations, but the one that we are predicting is the one that's the second. So let's proceed to part B. We are told put the remaining solid H in a boiling tube, add 10 cm cube of distilled water and shake well to resolve. We are told divide the solution into portions. So there's no space to write the observations and also the inferences. In case we're given the expected observation will be there, solid H dissolves in water to form a colorless solution. If you see that observation, what we are going to say, the inference side will be polar compound present. That's our inference. So we are going to go to Roman 1. We are told to the first portion, add a few drops of acidified potassium manganese 7 and warm. So we have the observation here and we have the inferences. So we're having only 2 expected observations. The first one, we're having bubble acidified potassium manganese 7 decolorized, or we can say bubble acidified potassium manganese 7 changes from bubble to colorless. If you see that observation, the inference that we're going to have there will be alkenes, alkynes, alkanol present. So the second expected observation is bubble acidified potassium manganese 7 does not decolorize. Or we can say bubble acidified potassium manganese 7 does not change from bubble to colorless. And if you see that, the inference will be alkenes, alkynes, and alkanols will be absent. So Roman 2. We are told to the second portion, add a few drops of acidified potassium dichromate 6 and warm. So the observation that we're having are 2, the expected observation. The first one, orange acidified potassium dichromate 6 turns or changes to green. If we see that, the inference will be alkanol present. The other expected observation is orange acidified potassium dichromate 6 does not turn or change to green, or orange acidified potassium dichromate 6 remains orange. If you see that, alkanols absent. That will be our inference. Next, Roman 3, we are told to the third portion, add a few drops of bromine water and warm. So the observations are 2, the expected observation. The first one, yellow bromine water decolorized. Bromine is yellow when you are talking about practicals. Don't write brown there. Bromine is yellow. So we write yellow bromine water decolorized. So the inference there will be alkenes and alkynes present. Roman 2. The second expected is yellow bromine water does not decolorize. If you see that alkenes and alkynes are absent. So we're going to proceed to Roman 4. We are told to the fourth portion, test pH using universal indicator paper. So we are having the observation and we are having the inference. So here we are having pH 1, 2, 3. So during the exam, the learner is supposed to write only one pH value, not 2, not 3. So if you see pH 2, write 2. If you see pH 1, write pH 1. If you see pH 3, write pH 3. Then the inference will be strongly acidic. If you see pH 4, 5 or 6, one of them, you write weakly acidic as your inference. If you see pH 7, it is neutral. If you see either 8, 9 or 10, you write weakly basic or weakly alkaline. That's what you can write. So if you see pH 11, 12, 13, 14, what you are supposed to write will be strongly basic or strongly alkaline on inference side. So how do you do this? How do you test pH using the universal indicator paper? What you are supposed to do is that you take the paper, then you take the fourth portion, you put it deeply. You take that paper, you put inside the solution, then you are going to check now the color of the resulting solution, and now check it with the universal chart, the pH chart. Then you check it with the pH chart. So the color that corresponds to the solution is, you check it is pH down there. Then you write if it is pH 2, then the inference will be strongly acidic. If it is pH 5, you write inference weakly acidic, like that. You have to use that way. Learners, that is the end of our class for today. Thank you for watching.